So imagine trying to control a massive corporate server or, even play a high-stakes video game, but using a mouse that's physically located over a mile away from the actual computer.
Which sounds impossible.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, usually a standard HDMI cable taps out before it even crosses your living room. But welcome to today's custom deep dive, where we are looking at a highly specific piece of enterprise hardware.
Right, the Smart-AVI HFX-KM-S HDMI 2.0 KVM Fiber Extender. It's from HDTVSupply.
Yeah, that's the one. And it essentially lets you put your computer in one zip code and your monitor in another. So our mission today is to decode exactly why you would ever need to do that and how this tech actually pulls it off.
Well, to understand how it pulls it off, we really have to look at the physical cables. Because traditional copper wires transmit data using electricity, which, degrades over distance.
And it picks up a ton of interference.
Exactly. But this device uses a single, inexpensive fiber optic cable. So it's transmitting data using light. And light just doesn't suffer from that same electrical resistance at all.
Oh, wow. So that's how it goes so far without losing quality.
Yeah, it can send 4K Ultra HD video at 60 Hertz, plus stereo sound and USB signals up to 2 kilometers away. That's about 1.2 miles.
Wait, 1.2 miles with an ultra-low latency of less than 1 millisecond. I'm looking at the specs here, and it says it has an 18 gigabits per second bandwidth.
Yeah, 18 gigabits.
Yeah.
To put that in perspective, that is enough bandwidth to stream about 700 Netflix movies in 4K simultaneously,
Are you serious?
all traveling down a single thread of glass. Because it has that massive pipe,
Yeah.
the data just doesn't bottleneck.
Okay, well, let's unpack this for a second, because I hear accessing a computer from far away, and my brain immediately goes to the internet.
Right, like the cloud.
Yeah, why wouldn't someone just use cloud software or, like, a remote desktop app? Why actually invest in physical, dedicated hardware for this?
It really comes down to how data travels through the web. I mean, software inherently introduces lag and compression.
Because you're at the mercy of your network connection.
Exactly. You're bouncing packets of data back and forth across multiple servers. So if you are doing heavy data processing or, running a high-stakes interactive broadcast, even a slight delay is totally unacceptable.
Or a sudden drop in resolution, yeah.
Right. But this hardware solution entirely bypasses the internet. By using direct fiber optics, there is no routing. It makes it feel exactly as if the physical machine is sitting right under your desk.
Okay, so if the fiber optic cable solves the distance and the lag problem, what happens if that, mile-long cable gets slightly bumped?
Well, that's the real trick here.
Because I'm looking at the specs, and it keeps mentioning uninterrupted KVM emulation as its secret weapon. KVM is keyboard, video, and mouse, right?
Yep, keyboard, video, mouse.
So if it's just a long cable, what exactly is it emulating?
Well, normally a computer constantly pings a connected keyboard or mouse, basically asking, are you there? And if it doesn't get an immediate answer, it drops the connection entirely.
Oh, and in a mission-critical operation, a dropped connection could crash a whole workflow.
Exactly. So this extender has a built-in microchip that constantly whispers, yes, I'm here, to the server.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, it's actively spoofing a digital heartbeat. So even if the actual keyboard a mile away gets accidentally unplugged, the server doesn't know.
Wait, really? It's basically acting like a phantom limb for a server.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
The server always thinks the keyboard and mouse are directly plugged in, so it doesn't panic and shut down. It just keeps that phantom connection alive until you plug back in on your end.
And older extenders needed special, heavy shielded cables just to maintain a signal over short distances. But this system maintains a rock-solid, spoofed connection over really cheap, long-distance fiber.
Which brings up the accessibility of all this, right?
Right. What's wild about this specific HDTVSupply model is the shift in price. Just a few years ago, this kind of zero-latency optical spoofing was strictly military or, high-end enterprise tech.
With an astronomical price tag, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. But now it's currently marked down from an MSRP of $1,299 down to just $764.15 on HDTVSupply.
Wow, so standard IT departments are actually using it for everyday infrastructure.
Yeah, it's totally accessible now.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? I mean, even if you aren't running a massive server farm in a different zip code, this technology represents a huge shift in how we erase the physical distance between humans and high-powered machines.
We don't have to be tethered to the noisy, hot room where the actual processing happens anymore.
Exactly. We are decoupling the user interface from the computing power and doing it in a way that feels totally seamless.
Which opens up just a completely different way to think about how we build our workspaces in the future.
Right. It leaves you with an interesting question to chew on. If we can now put our most critical heat-generating processing power miles away in secure, climate-controlled bunkers with zero lag,
Yeah.
how long until personal laptops disappear entirely and they just get replaced by simple, cheap, dummy screens that rely on a fiber connection to a supercomputer across town?